The world of venture capital, it's a super high-stakes game, right? Investors are always on the hunt for that one in a million startup, the next unicorn that's going to completely change an industry. But seriously, when you're swimming in a sea of endless pitches and data, how do you even begin to find the signal in all that noise? All right, let's get into it. And right at the core of all this, you've got what's called the investor's dilemma. It's this constant battle against time, just an overwhelming amount of information, and, even our own human limits. I mean, this is the multi-billion-dollar question, isn't it? You've got thousands of startups all fighting for attention. So how do you spot the real game changer? It's always been this mix of art, science, and just a massive, massive amount of analysis. And the challenges, they are huge. I'm talking analysts are literally drowning in information. Then you've got their own hidden biases that can totally cloud their judgment. And on top of all that, there's this intense pressure to move fast because the best deals, they don't wait around. That means crucial red flags can get completely overlooked. So what's the bottom line here? The old way of doing things is really starting to show its cracks. But what if there was a better way? Well, at a recent GenAI hackathon, a team of developers came up with a pretty radical new solution, a tool they call an Omniscient Navigator. So what exactly is this Omniscient Navigator? Okay, its official name is the LVX Quantum Leap AI Analyst, and you should really think of it like an all-knowing guide. It's designed to take a whole mountain of messy, unstructured data, pitch decks, call transcripts, news articles, and just boil it all down into clean, actionable intelligence that an investor can actually use. And this is the real kicker, the key difference. This tool, it isn't just some fancy search engine or a text summarizer. No way. It's built to actually think and act like a junior analyst on your team. We're talking about it doing complex stuff, like benchmarking against competitors, flagging risks, and putting all that information into the right context. Okay, so how does it actually do all of that? How does it go from just a pile of documents to a final invest or don't invest recommendation? Let's walk through the process and see how this thing is built. So, from a bird's eye view, the workflow is pretty much what a human would do, just at light speed. First, it ingests or sucks in all the relevant data. Then you get to the really critical part, the evaluation phase. This is where it's parsing, benchmarking, and scanning for risks. And then finally, it spits out the analysis, a super comprehensive dashboard and a deal note that's ready to go. All right, now let's zoom in on that evaluation stage, because this is where the AI really flexes its muscles. It's perfectly mimicking what a human analyst does. It extracts all the key metrics, it benchmarks the company against its rivals, it identifies potential risks, it summarizes everything it finds, and then it makes a recommendation. The entire analytical process, from start to finish, totally automated. In this is what you get at the end. It's not just a messy data dump. It's a polished deal note that has everything an investor needs: risk intelligence, valuation info, competitive benchmarks, and a crystal clear recommendation. And the craziest part? It's all generated in minutes, not weeks. Okay, this is all incredibly impressive, right? But what's the tech that's actually making it all happen? Come on, let's take a quick peek under the hood. So how does it pull this off? Well, the secret is that the architecture isn't one single giant AI. Instead, it's more like a coordinated team of specialized AI agents. You've got a data extraction agent, a market benchmarking agent, a risk identification agent. Each one is an expert in its own little area, and they all work together under a central coordinator agent. This whole division of labor is what lets it do such a deep, multifaceted analysis. It's basically a digital dream team. And powering this team of agents is some really serious tech from Google's AI suite. The most important piece of the puzzle is Gemini 2.5 Pro. It's basically the multimodal brain of the whole operation. And multimodal just means it can understand not only text, but also data from charts and graphs. That's what allows it to handle all the complex reasoning, the summarization, and the scoring that you need to make a final call. So, stepping back for a second, what does a tool like this mean for the big picture? I mean, this could be way more than just a new piece of software. This could signal a fundamental shift in how investment decisions get made, period. So let's just put this shift into perspective. We are literally moving from weeks of grueling manual work, which is always prone to human bias and missing key details, to getting a really deep analysis in just a matter of minutes.
It's all about replacing that subjective gut feeling with consistent, data-driven logic. And the result? Faster, smarter, and seriously de-risked investment decisions.
And this all brings us to a really fascinating final thought. As these tools get more and more sophisticated, they're not just simple assistants anymore. They're evolving into strategic partners. So the big question we're left with is this. Are we on the verge of an era where an AI becomes an investor's single most trusted advisor? The answer to that, well, it could change the world of finance forever.